Hey, this is another episode of ENTA Ask, where we talk to companies who are making a difference here in YYC, changing the game and being innovative. Come check us out.
Let's have some fun. Okay, let's get started. We have an extra special episode of ENTA Ask today. We have not one, not two, but three guests with us today from Britt Radius. We have Brittney Ramsay, the CEO and Vision Blazer. We have Dayna Morgan, who is the COO and Innovation Designer. And we have Britt Ramsay, who is the CFO and Improvement Architect. Very cool names, guys. I love it.
Thank you. So last episode, if you hadn't checked it out, you gotta go see it. We talked about how these guys found the secret sauce, bringing culture inside to their team for epic results for clients and making a huge difference for their clients. So love that, and we're going to talk now about the future. This kind of is like your realm, right, Breanne? You're as the architect of improvements. What does the future hold?
Well, we're about to celebrate our 35th anniversary on December 11th, so that's very exciting for us. And the future looks great and promising for us. We really want to be growing in the industries we're working in and what we're focusing on.
Yeah, we underwent a rebrand this past year, and part of that was to make sure that our brand in every aspect positioned us for where we're going. And we like to refer to ourselves as the new way. So the new way of doing business into some new and exciting industries. So we're pretty excited.
Let's talk about those industries. What industries are you getting into?
Well, in our 35 years, we have been heavily focused in oil and gas in Western Canada, which is still very much a core of what we do. We work in infrastructure, power utilities, renewable energy projects, and then now, especially in Alberta, there's this new energy transition happening. Mm-hmm. It's happening worldwide, and Alberta is positioned really well for some exciting new energy pieces like lithium and hydrogen and carbon capture and storage, crypto mining, you name it. There's a lot of exciting things happening.
I'm a big fan of crypto. That is very exciting, and all of that obviously impacts the land, and they need Britt Radius to be at the forefront, handling the lands and people, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, I think if we've got these new technologies, new projects, people are maybe not as aware of it. Mm-hmm. So your job is now to educate as well as to, push the project forward. Right?
It's kind of exciting because we're at the beginning of a project when we meet with a community or a landowner. And lots of the projects that we've been working on over the past few years, most people are familiar with a pipeline. Now maybe they have a lot of misinformation and they don't know, the real stuff about it, but they're kind of familiar. Whereas some of these newer projects that we're getting to be involved with, it's new. So it's a different way of interacting and educating and sharing story. And that's kind of fun and exciting for us and our team to be involved in this new story and this new start of the energy transition.
Well, and I think this is really funny because we joked about that, like talking about the cryptocurrency world, right? We joked about, what do you mean you're mining Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Is it in my backyard? Can I dig it up? Like, no. And so there is this movement of having to educate people on these new things that are coming out. Because you say cryptocurrency or Bitcoin to, I'd say about 90% of the people are like, I don't know, I don't get it, mm-hmm. right? And so it's not as tangible as a pipeline. Mm-hmm. Right? You've got to understand, so that's a hard thing to communicate to people. I talk to people about it and they still don't get it.
Yeah, I tried to explain NFTs to my parents, and
so that is an added challenge when you're talking to communities.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And the regulatory space. These are new technologies, right? So lots of times we're going in and we have a client who wants to do something new, but the regulations are gray or it hasn't happened before, and that's really exciting for us as well because we get to help figure it out and help chart the course, which is yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's a really exciting place to be, right? Mm-hmm. Is to set the bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, how neat to have an opportunity, because when you hear the word compliance, sometimes you think of like policing or the rules or whatever, but compliance is at the heart of it meant to be a good thing, to provide guidelines for which to operate in the best way possible. So here you are able to influence that. Yeah.
For sure. Well, when we talk about, we're there to help our clients and organizations achieve compliance and acceptance. So compliance is one thing. Compliance is often checking a checkbox and making sure you've got all those pieces in place. Acceptance is about a community understanding and accepting what's going to happen.
Right.
And accepting. It may not be all butterflies and flowers and everyone's, shouting from the rooftops. However, a level of acceptance is really important for these types of projects to move forward. And what we've been doing the last, half a dozen years is bringing land access and land acquisition and the engagement world together and breaking down those silos. And that's what this new energy space needs. It's not only about negotiating an agreement with the landowner. It's the larger story. It's engaging the community. It's working with Indigenous communities who might be impacted or have interest in the project. So it's a more holistic approach.
I think that's great because historically lands was very separated, right? Like, this person goes to door to door, does this, and then engagement was done over here, and it was like you ended up causing a lot of issues. Right? And I think I've even seen it on projects where this farmer got one deal, that farmer got another deal, and then they're all of a sudden fighting, and then there's a big uproar, and it came back to these are issues. That's because there's not engagement there, right? There's not this holistic approach to say, hey, we're going to educate first. We're going to bring everybody together and hear those stories. I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's your 35th anniversary. So what are you guys doing with your team? I gotta hear what's a party at Britt Radius like?
Well, if COVID would just finish, then we would have a party that we want.
Great parties. Yes, for clients and team members, we are known for that. So we want to do something.
Yeah. We're just it's kind of on hold. We're waiting to see when we can do some big celebration. But we are looking at 35 years is a big milestone, and so we want to honor our past too. So we've dug up old memorabilia and old files of documents that we have and pictures and different Britt branded things over the years. So it's been fun looking at that, and we're going to be sharing that with our team and clients and on social media.
Oh, that's awesome.
That sounds amazing.
And it'll be the 35th anniversary all year, so you got time. Yeah.
There you go. Right? And another reason to celebrate, you'll be having a brand new baby to bring in.
Thank you. Yeah, we have more Britt kids than we do Britt adults on the team now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're outnumbered.
We are. Yeah. And lots of our team members at the senior level have been with us for a long time. So their little ones are all a part of the Britt team too.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you guys do and coming up in the future and seeing what your team can accomplish. Sounds like the sky is really the limit, right?
Yeah.
So
not even anymore.
Right?
Yeah. Mars, the stars, and beyond. Watch out. I absolutely it was a pleasure talking to each and every one of you guys and really hearing your stories. And I love your culture. I love it. You are changing the game. And the people that want to work with you, where do they go?
They can check us out on our social media platforms or on our website, brittradius.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, ladies from Britt Radius. You guys have to work with this company. It is changing the game. Culture makes a difference. Adam and I have been preaching that for years, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. We have a lot more great stuff for you, so stay tuned for the next episode to see what we learn.